Afternoon, Dom.
Afternoon, Rick. Afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon, you lot. You're watching the Two Fuels. Today we are in a sunny part of the world today for once.
Mexico.
Mexico. The sun is out, it's scorching. It says 19.5 degrees and it's warmer than that.
It's 29 degrees.
29 degrees
29
in Mexico.
degrees,
Okay,
29
yeah.
degrees.
So today we are out in. What are we in today, Dom?
We are in a Bmw M2.
Bmw M2. This is going to be a direct rival to one of your Yaris GRs that you've just bought, yeah?
It is, but it is nice.
Bmw M2 and a load of horseflies.
Wow, they have like.
I can just see a big shadow there of one on your window.
Honestly, they're brutal. It's trying to get me through the window. That one.
Swooping horseflies. So Bmw M2. Let's take it out for a bit of a spin.
Do you know what you're doing?
Not really in this.
Why are you putting it in reverse?
We're backwards a little bit. We're just backwards a little bit, go around a little bit, and then just getting used to the gears. And then across and drive, and then off we go. Everyone knows what BMW M2 is. BMW's best car of the current
generation.
Past 10 years.
Yeah.
You reckon? 5 years at least. BMW's,
so.
and definitely BMW's best looking looking vehicle at the moment.
It is very nice.
Yeah.
I must admit, it's like, it's nice.
It's nice.
It is nice.
Far. So this particular BMW M2 has been lent to us by
Andy, who owns Clean Your Ride. So if you need anything to make your ride clean, speak to Andy.
Yeah, so thanks very much, Andy, for lending us
We'll put a link somewhere down there.
The link will be below.
Yeah.
The car is spotless.
Wow, it is by far and away the most nicely presented car we have ever had on the channel.
Dom said to me that he doesn't like anal, but in this circumstances,
Wow.
somebody's been that anal about cleaning.
It's mega.
Yeah?
It is mega, yeah.
So it's super clean. It's a testament to Andy's business and what he does. So, yeah. So, BMW M2, it's non-competition flavoured. It's looking splendid in graphite grey, I'd call it.
Not Daytona grey?
Daytona grey, is that what specific one is it?
I've no idea.
Okay, well we'll go with Daytona graphite grey. It's a graphite grey. It looks really nice.
It's a metallic grey.
It's pretty understated, isn't it? But it looks
tidy.
It looks really nice. It is everything the BMW does. I used to have an M140i. Dom's going to tell you. Inside, it's the same as an M140i.
It was one of the things that, and before we set off, right, if you want to do the specs and all that shit, go somewhere else, because literally, like, there's a million videos of specs on. It's me and him rambling and talking what we think is cars. So if anybody's got any issues with it, then comment below, but I'm not really bothered. So, yeah, it's definitely, it was one of those things that when we were looking at, we sort of looked at cars to sort of replace. There's not a daily driver, because the Yaris isn't a daily driver. This was one of the cars that was there. And I was looking at, and back to the 140, I think that was possibly, not what put me off, because that's the wrong thing, but having spent quite a lot of time in your car, probably about 6,000 miles.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to know it quite well, and I sort of got in it, and it is very, very similar to your car. I think it's almost identical, apart from it's a bit
pretty much. We've said the paddles.
Yeah,
it's actually got a car with some proper paddles in it
nice.
from the factory.
To be fair, the paddles are good.
So yeah, it's got some paddles in it, and that's probably about it. Obviously, you've got different gear lever because it's a different gearbox, but yeah, otherwise,
it is a DCT. Yours was a ZF slush box, wasn't it?
It's a 1 foot slush box. It wasn't really that, was it? It's about the fastest auto box out there, the ZF 8-speed.
It's like me running on a lacrosse pitch, not very fast. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty much the same inside, but it's a quality interior.
No, I've got to give, we'll flick between the Yaris and this, because obviously they were the two cars that I was looking at. Yeah, the interior on this is, as we discussed last week, it's German, it's nice, everything feels good. The plastic is a much better level of plastic. There's loads of factory carbon from BMW in it. It's really, really it's a nice place to live as far as like day to day. So this knocks the Yaris out of the park for interior by far and away. Seats are good, you sat far better than what the Yaris is. Visibility is good. To be fair, the gap there, and we'll try and
between the mirror and between the sat nav.
Yeah.
Sorry, the media controller, we should call it.
Yeah, media controller. He's actually, you don't really sort of think about it. So I've just been bit again, bastards. So yeah, that's also quite a thing. But it's overall, yeah, inside, nice place to live. And oh, by the way, the sound system's far better than the Yaris.
Is it?
Far better than the Yaris.
Harden card sat in here is standard. With a new bit of Mexico we found. We've not called this one bump and grind. This is bumper grind.
Well,
this one.
I'll take pictures of it because of wowzers.
If you hit it at 30 miles an hour,
I think you're losing your front splitter and your front baffle. Engine oil's going everywhere.
But yeah, inside it's nice. Steering wheel. I mean, it's a nice BMW steering wheel. It's not too fat. It's good grip. Limited amount of buttons on here. I like the seats in these. I know people slated them. Obviously, the competition's got slightly sexier seats in it. It's got seats like the M3.
Is that the bigger bucket
sort of hollow back things? Yeah, they've got those twin slats in them so that you can let your farts out to the people in the back. They don't know about it.
Oh right, okay, right.
That's what they were designed for.
Well, hopefully we'll have a M2 competition in the next couple of weeks, which might have been tuned by Litchfield with a bit of luck, and we can have a bit of a compare between the two. Obviously, it's not horses for courses because it will have been mapped and played with, but certainly interior-wise and getting a general feel of what they're about will be quite nice. Watch this because the Mexican Federales have got speed cameras along here.
Average speed cameras all the way up on there. Yeah. Obviously, nice bit of road. What we'll do?
We'll ruin it.
Stop you enjoying yourself.
We'll ruin it.
We're all going to be driving Nissan Micras in 10 years' time, yeah?
Correct, and you're all going to get fines through the post.
This is probably, again, this is another one a bit like you're saying with the Yaris, this is probably getting to the stage where these cars aren't ever going to be made anymore. You know, there's not too much in the way of electronic interference, i.e. things telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing.
No, you're right. I think the Yaris is probably more advanced than this. This is 2018, I think.
2018 he said,
2018, so you know it's not flashing speed limit sign and things like that on the dash like the Yaris is, so I don't know, it's quite nice.
And its digital dash is not full on digital, it's digital, but it's not
well, it is digital.
It's not wah out there like you described them though, like you get the new.
But it is digital, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not like you're getting the new 1 Series and it's like, oh, we'll put the speed counter, the rev counter, sorry, backwards, speedo kit backwards, isn't it?
Oh, that was quite strange.
So
that was,
it's upped in its tech, but it's not.
It's old school.
It's not old school. You're gonna call it old school in 5 years' time when you're like, these are a bit weird now, aren't they, these cars?
What, steering wheels?
Just anything, you'd be like, this is a bit weird.
Steering wheels and gearboxes.
What's your make on these steering wheels that are coming out that've got flat tops on them now as well? Have you seen those?
Oh no, I've not seen that.
The new Lotus has got it.
Is it?
Yeah, and I've seen a couple.
What's it called, the new Lotus?
Over. They'll begin with an E, don't they?
They do,
everything starts with an E.
Right, to be fair, they do.
Yeah. Evas, Evoras,
Exige, Elise.
They're both begin with an E.
I don't know what's the reason for that. Do you know?
I believe that who owns Lotus, I don't know what his name is, but he was massive into Acid House.
Mr. Lotus.
Back in the 90s, and he used to partake in. Obviously, disclaimer: this is all made up. But he used to
fact check it.
He was partial to a little bit of acid and ecstasy.
How much being a BMW fanboy like you are? Fanboy. How many M3s have you had?
Come on, I've only had one M3, but
I've
had about 12 or 13.
Oh right, so you are the epitome of a fanboy then, aren't you? You are, of course you are.
Well, I was, I now can't afford one, they're too expensive.
So you are a fanboy, you're definitely a fanboy.
So what are you going to say to me?
How different is this compared to your 140?
It's got more punch.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more stable on the road. Quite a bit more stable on the road back end. Obviously, because it's got a proper diff in this. So you can feel it going into corners and out of corners, that you don't feel like you're going to end up in a field either side of you, which is how I felt in the 140 on quite a regular basis.
I thought the 140 was great. Which
was exciting. Oh yeah, I mean, bang for buck, it was mega. This is sort of next level up. Talking bang for buck, so I chat to Andy, who obviously bought the car. So he bought this with 9,000 miles on it, and he bought it for £31,000, which is a bit of a bargain for what you're getting as a package, I think.
How much are they new?
40, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a pretty good value package for what you're getting.
Yeah.
For,
well, it's a proper M car for a kick-off. It's not a, don't take this the wrong way, it's not a M140.
100%. I'm not bothered. I don't own one anymore.
Yeah.
Haters can hate down below.
So it's a proper M car built by M.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, it's interesting sort of the brief time that I've spent in it. It feels really good.
I'm going to say driving it, it's got bags of power.
Yeah.
In 99% of situations, you're not going to be wanting more power, are you?
No.
You're going to get in the autobahn.
And you're going to get to 155 mile an hour, it's going to go, you can't go any faster.
Well, it is. But you're going to get in the autobahn. How many times are you going to do that unless you live in Germany? And
How
ride the
frustrating
autobahn?
is that though?
What, they get to 155 and
And
you've
it
got to
says,
stop?
and it says no more. You've got to stop now. Because why? Well, because we want to pay you more money to unlock it, to, you know,
Yeah.
to make it go
Well,
faster.
that's the way the world's going now, isn't it? If you want this, you have to pay for that. If you want, I mean, BMW have been doing it for years. If you want indicators, you've got to pay for them, yeah.
Yeah, well, they only last a few times. You've
Well,
got to change
it's a
them.
different upgrade, isn't it? So,
That's
if
a
you want the
service pack.
Yeah. If you've not got the service pack, we won't change the light bulbs once they've blown, so people don't bother with it. That's why they don't use them. Joking, BMW owners. I've had many BMWs. The indicators work fine. Just joking. But you've got to pay to unlock things on cars, don't you?
Well,
I'm sure we've ranted about this before. haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's coming more and more in it. They're going to start prepping them with everything on them and go, right, you're going to pay for.
So you pay for the kit, but you can't have it unless you pay an upgrade fee.
Yeah.
Is basically how that works. So which is just so in my head, cars like this, I think are going to become not quite valuable as in financially, but quite valuable because petrol heads are going to want to come back to cars of this era and before.
I have to say, it'll be good to look at this in, if I'm still around, 20 years' time.
Yeah.
And look at the current state of the car market as what's out there and what you can buy, because by then you shouldn't be able to buy any petrol or diesel cars. Everything should be electric.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to sort of see where we're at and sort of go, right, this is what we had then.
Just going to interrupt you quickly. If you can hear that noise, that is an indicator.
It's me.
So go on, sorry. In 20 years' time,
We're gonna look back and we're gonna go, this is what we had then, this is what we have now.
Yep.
Oh my God, how lucky were we at that time in our lives that we could actually drive things with an internal combustion engine. Or are we gonna go, that was shit, and everything else now is so much better?
I don't think we are. The way I'm going to liken it to everybody at Lotus taking acid and going to raves.
Okay.
Well, I used to go to lots of raves back in the day.
Yeah.
And they were mega. Dirty, sweaty clubs, strobe lights, smoke machines, big bass systems.
Wow, how did we survive
Right?
pre-COVID?
So we went to all those and they were mega. And then, yeah, it's a generation thing, but I look at clubs now and they're all a bit too polished and everybody's taking photographs of themselves to be on Instagram and every DJ wants to just show off like flicking knobs and everything. And yeah, it's progression, kind of. But
Watch bumper grind.
But is it any better?
No.
So I think you're going to look at cars and go, I don't know. Anyway, it's a nice little bit of road this one up here, Dom. So
I think you should, yeah.
So we'll just, that just pulls.
Yeah, it does that.
That just pulls, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's all the way up to 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that, you don't need any more than that.
No, I don't think you do. I think you're right. I don't think you need any more than that.
And again, it feels like the back end feels solid when you're coming around here. The 140, it's got better suspension in this, I think, as well. It's a little bit more
Compliant?
Yeah. And you feel a little bit steadier on the road. Yeah, on the stability side of it, I remember Steve Hurst, when we went to one of the Euro trips, and his 140 was saying he got to about 140 bizarrely on the autobahn, and the back end started getting a little bit on the
light side,
floating about side. It wasn't that planted.
Oh.
Whereas I say, this feels much better when he's sort of
Grown up.
Yeah, it does. It just feels safer. I remember jumped in with Gus as well when we were on one of the Scotland trips.
Oh, he got married now. Well,
I know he did, yeah. Congratulations,
Gus. Yeah, congratulations.
He won't be watching. He never does, yeah.
Don't he? Okay.
Call him what we want. Gus. Anyway. But no, you get this round here. Gus took me out and he just feels solid on the road. It just feels, I mean, it's a nice dry day today, so even better, but it just feels mega. Let's pull up down here and we'll let Dom jump in. Dom can give you a few little thoughts of his point of view behind the wheel, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's in. It
Takes
got
a while
me.
to go over. Neutral brake. You haven't got a park on this though.
Well,
Handbrake just with it all, doesn't it? Jesus.
I did the same thing.
That was on then.
Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I don't know whether it.
I'll tell you what it is. Right, when that's forward, you can't pull it up enough. Look. So when it's down, you pull it enough to go up. You must just pull it that little.
It just feels
much further. They are famous BMWs for having handbrake though. Secure the vehicle against rolling away, it said then. Well, I had an E46 M3. And
which number was that?
E46.
No.
Which number? Which BMW was that? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, 11.
Very good.
Something like that. Anyway, pulled up at these set lights in Macclesfield. It's got a bit of a steep hill, and I pulled up and literally I yanked the handbrake on. It made no difference at all. So my foot off the brake. I was like, okay. Yeah, apparently well known for it, so a bit of a trick to sort that out.
Put it in normal. Let's do full on.
Full on comfort lazy mode.
Yeah, full on comfort. Oh, that alters the gearbox. Feels like yours now. Feels like yours now.
My 140.
Your slush box.
Or my X3. It's nice, isn't it? I like it. What's your thoughts then, driving position? What's your general thoughts, Dom? You like it, don't you?
Yeah, they're nice. They are nice. It's a nice. Yeah. Well, there's nothing really not to like, is there? It's got a nice big engine in it.
Yep.
3 litre.
3 litre, straight six. I don't know how much brake it's pumping out, to be honest with you. It's got to be about 380, 390, 400.
I think so.
Got to keep counting until somebody goes. 410, 420,
430, 440.
40.
We'll
Fuck it, 500.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah. Anyway, it's got 3 litre straight six in it. It sounds mega.
Nice turbo.
It's just cool. I'd recommend one of these.
It's not really laggy to say that it's a turbo. It's pretty good. It's pretty responsive. You know, everything's sort of. I'll tell you what, suspension's good. I like it. It's nice in comfort mode.
It's nice in comfort mode. It's right actually, because it's very bumpy, this bit of road.
This is.
Well, it's still a bit bumpy till we get to the bumps. So I'm getting too giddy in Andy's car. He told you he's got a tracker on it. He's watching what you're doing.
I'm not. I'm being really quite sensible, if I'm being honest.
You have to age yourself, actually. No, I agree. I'll give you that. No, I think as a consummate all-rounder, if this was your one car, other than when it gets to the winter, but you just need to get some winter tyres on.
That's a big thing that people always slag BMWs off for being bad in winter. And don't get me wrong, they are shit. But it's because they've got big daft tyres on the back and big daft tyres on the front.
Yep.
So, I mean, we are on a staggered setup.
Yep.
265s, are they, on the back?
Yep. Oh, you've said it with confidence then. He wasn't hanging around in that Jag, was he?
He was definitely hanging around that Jag.
Is that an F pace?
Something like that, yeah. SBR.
You just need to bang winter tyres on it. Not be funny. If you're going to spend, well, if you bought a BMW, you know it's going to be crap in the winter. So you either need to have a backup plan, which is another car, or you need to have winter tyres, or you need to shut up and not moan about it. Fair comment?
Absolutely.
Done. Yeah.
Done. There you go. So even in winter, it would still be. It'd be a shame to drive it in winter though. It's a nice car, to be fair. You won't want to be. I mean, that's the thing. I suppose the Yaris compared to this in winter time is going to be quite a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be more confident in it.
I think so. Yeah. I think you're going to be like not thinking I'm going to get up this hill. I think you're thinking I'm going to get up this hill sideways.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about outside.
Outside.
Well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just cool, isn't it? It's just styled well. There's no silly grill on the front. Yeah.
Not yet. There'll be one coming, won't there?
Well, this car on, but there's no silly grill in it. I think it all looks. It's all just really well proportioned. This car.
Proportionally, it sits well, and the back arches look mega. The back arches sit so well. They just, yeah. you know.
I've seen the whole thing's cool.
Yeah.
The front end looks mean, purposeful. The arches are all flured. The back end's flared to hell. I mean, it's super wide, isn't it? You get round the back end.
Really wide.
Exhaust look amazing.
Well, it's got those nice little M performance carbon tips on it that look they're quite expensive, I think, to be fair.
They look good, and it sounds pretty well. Standard exhaust, it sounds well. It's got a diffuser on the bottom that looks cool, carbon diffuser.
Does it do anything?
It diffuses things. So listen, calm down, just calm down. So the two exhausts when they're arguing, it just diffuses it, yeah?
Oh, okay, yeah, I like
That's
it.
what a diffuser's for.
Very good. I thought that. Yeah, very good.
And then, I don't think it's a standard boot spoiler on that.
No, I'm not convinced either. You can actually see it in the rear view mirror, and it does look quite good. Just sat there,
It looks cool.
glinting at you.
It's like a mini Porsche ducktail spoiler, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very mini though.
But it looks really cool. I like it. I just think everything's cool on this, and I think it's also, personally, I prefer these wheels on an M2 than the competition wheels. I'm not a big fan of those competition wheels.
I'll have to look at them.
You're like, I don't know. Talking about wheels on BMWs again, really don't care. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the competition wheels. I just think these look cooler, and if I was on the competition, I'd be spec on. I remember Kev flew over from the States a couple of years ago on there. Maybe the last road trip we did. Went to the M2, and it's an M2 comp in this colour with a sunroof with these wheels on it. But it was just, to me, that was the spec. Sunroof, no sunroof in this. Most people aren't bothered. I like a sunroof. What are you thinking of sunroofs, Tom? You don't like them, do you? You're ginger.
No.
Yeah. There's no need for it, yeah?
No.
Okay.
No. Why give you more a chance to burn?
Are you a member of the GPA, Ginger Protection Association? No?
Correct.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I'm a member of the GWA as well.
GWA.
Gingers with attitude.
Yeah. So, I don't know, outside there's not much more else to say. I just think it looks mega. It's just well proportioned. They've done a great job on the styling. And then I think somebody from Lotus infiltrated him with some acid and said, off you go, pop some big grills on the front and start making weird angles and slits. And
I have to say, the 7 Series grille is just, and I'll use this word, you'll have to cut it out, enormous. It's just like stupid, that grille on that 7 Series.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just mental.
And again, I think have they done an X7 now or something?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't get it anyway. They've lost the plot personally to me. But this is just mega.
So would you buy one?
Of course I would.
You'd buy anything with BMW on the front.
No.
You are like the ultimate fanboy.
No. New M3s, new M4s, really don't like them. Saw a new M3 up in the Lake District the other week. A kind of weird gold beige.
Yeah, I quite like that colour.
It's one step up. I'm not going to say what it is one step up from, but it's one step up from that.
What, Austin Allegro Brown?
No, Bush Racing Gold. I feel like I might get in trouble for that, so we've had to bleed that one out fully. And it had an orange interior. I'm not into the interiors either. Have you seen them? They're like orange yellow or something. It's almost like a fluorescent yellow and then a bright orange.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that.
I don't know. I just don't like it. M3s, M4s. The new M240. I've just seen some photos this week of that. It looks quite nice in the photos. Love the colour, like a metallic plum purple.
It does. But how expensive.
I agree. Well, it looks quite good, but then you get around the back end of it and they've lost the plot again, and exhaust pipes have gone. They've got these fake squared off things in there and stuff, and it's like.
So maybe somebody can tell. We had this conversation earlier on. So are BMW pricing themselves out of the marketplace for buying new cars? As in, yes sir, I would like to give you £50,000 of my money for that vehicle. Are they going to basically say, sack the normal idea of buying a car with either straightforward HP, blah 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 blah? Is it now a case of, give us 10 grand and it's £350 a month? Would you pay £90,000 for an M3?
No. Would you?
No.
So.
And I like cars. That M3 ticks.
I don't like cars. I can't believe that, Dom. I'm hurt by that comment. can't believe that.
So yeah,
The new prices have gone mental. These are a performance bargain in my mind. They look mega. They're very practical. To go like a stink. You don't really get sneered at by people, I don't think. They fit in around supercars when you go on trips.
yeah.
You could turn up to a business meeting in it without looking like a cock. Well, I could. You do look like a cock. So, no.
Hurtful.
Okay.
It's the RS6 of the
BMW world.
of the BMW world.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah. So, no, I would get one of these. So, what we're going to do regarding this M2 competition, Dom? Do we need to get people to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get a little more viewing?
I want to comment because the Yaris videos are loads of comments
we had
I like.
a lot of Yaris owners that have chipped in and
Yeah, they have,
quite
haven't they?
constructive.
Yeah.
In fact, while we're on that, Dom, mud flaps or not,
It's just happening. I'm sorry, it's going to happen. I think that
there's a guy, I can't remember your name, sorry, but you chipped up about some carbon mud flaps.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for.
That would be.
That's what we're going to go for, I think.
Okay.
That's what we're going to go for. That's nice, subtle carbon mud flaps.
So thank you for commenting about the Yaris video. I guess comments for this video are going to be: would you want a new performance BMW? Would you pay 90 grand for an M3? And
£90,000. Wowzers.
so would you pay 90 grand for an M3? And would you be paying best part of 50 grand for an M240? The new one that's coming out, would you be doing that?
Or would you buy Yaris?
Or would you buy Yaris? Yeah, that's the third comment to make. Yaris GR, second-hand BMW M2, 2 years old. What would you go for? We know what Dom went for. I know what I'd go for. So Andy, thank you for lending us a car. Thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll be back. I've got something up my sleeve, I think, that I'm going to keep Dom in the dark about.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Might be in the dark.
And we'll be back in the next couple of weeks, right, actually next week. We'll be back in the next couple of weeks. Well, thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you later.
What's your gripe on the DCT, Dom?
Well, there's no park on it.
There is no park. Well, let the handbrake off then.
Well, I'll roll into the grass if I don't.
Oh, we are. Yeah, we're full on neutral, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just neutral. There's no park. So, and
Well, that's what the handbrake's for.
yeah, but
You know when Euros go, why would you put handbrake on an automatic? This is why. You've been rumbled just once. Go. Do you know what? That's
no, it's daft. Why would they? I mean, what is it? A weight-saving thing going on? We're not going to put a park in it. I mean, you're going to lock the gearbox up, stop it from rolling away.
Somebody's going to tell us you just press something on, move somebody puts it in park, aren't we?
No, there's no buttons anywhere. There is not. No, that is literally. But if you come off a track, so this is a track-based, track-focused road car.
Yeah.
You come off track and you basically want to stop, and everything's red out. You've just done Cadwell Park.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And you literally want to stop and not put it in gear and not put the handbrake on because you don't want to walk the back discs. How do you do that?
BMW, how'd you do that? Hey BMW.
Hey BMW.
Oh, it's not in this car. No. Oh, we're having a quick look at this steering wheel here, right? That's as many buttons as you need.
It is, yeah.
Right? Cruise control, limiter, speed up and down,
9 buttons.
volume, telephone. What else do you need?
Well, you don't.
So these little things will wiggle you up and down the menus on there, and you don't need anything else. That's an uncluttered steering wheel. That's where we should be at. This car, full stop, is where we should be at. I know people say like progress is good, but it's not, is it? You should just stop about here.
No, buttons work. The Yaris, hands-free, not hands-free, touchy
screen
screen is set.
nonsense.
Shite. Shite. Literally, like, you're like a drunken thingy trying to push a button when you're sort of driving along. Garbage. Then the buttons across there are far better.
You've got your heated seats on, it's not the aircon. Yeah, hard buttons. Well, I mean, this to me is just, the dash is all, it's just neat, and it's got everything in there that you need. Buttons are sensible.
Have you ever set these, by the way?
And don't listen to the radio anymore. I was also just looking to see if anybody ever puts a CD in a car anymore. I mean, does anybody, comment again below, does anybody ever put a CD in? Everything's just Bluetooth, and it is on me.
Spotify. SoundCloud.
So, yeah, exactly. So it's just,
Deezer.
yeah.
Whatever you use.
So nobody puts anything in that slot there, do they? I don't think so.
It's a nice slot.
Yeah, it's a nice slot. But again, it's all neat and tidy. And, we've kind of dropped off a little bit on the gloss black. There's only a tiny little bit of gloss black in it, because everything else is carbon. Well, there's some fancy little Alcantara.
That's nice, that, isn't it? I must admit. Need to take a picture of that.
I think, yeah. The little surround around the gear lever.
Yeah.
Nice Alcantara.
And chop
to
that
go
in.
with the Gator.
Yeah.
And that's, on there. And a little bit of Alcantara in the doors here. And unlike the Yaris, she thinks she's real Alcantara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels the same.
Real cotton stitching. Yeah.
Blue.
Real cotton. I like the blue, you know. It's a nice detail rather than going too over the top with the M stitching.
You mean the two colour, three colour? What is it?
Two colour.
Nice. Anyway.
Yeah, it's good. Right, well, that's nice. Oh, he's had a dash cam on all the time. That's exactly what we've been doing.
We're slagging it off.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Andy, your car's shit.